under the sun. No one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of.
From the NSU Baseball Complex here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, it's time for a double dip of action on this Saturday afternoon. It's the Nova Southeastern Sharks and the Tampa Spartans. We are just about set to go on the hill today for Nova Southeastern. J.P. Williams, and stepping in for the Spartans, Nicholas Winkelmeyer. The first delivery from Williams is a ground ball to Epstein at short. Low throw over to Smith at first, and in time for out number one, and one pitch, one out to get this first game started. E.J. Cumbo, the sophomore right fielder, will step in. Well, the second start of the season for J.P. Williams. Last time out against Florida Tech, 4 2/3, 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts. First pitch to Cumbo, misses low. Cumbo comes in batting .432, 4 doubles on the season to go along with 4 home runs. Next pitch, just gets a piece of it. Evens up the count at 1-1. Bit of a cloudy day here in Fort Lauderdale. Breeze has been whipping around the field here during pregame warm-ups. But overall, a pretty good day to play some baseball. Temperatures in the 70s. The 1-1 pitch now from Williams, and that might have gotten him, and it did. So a base runner here for Tampa with 1 out in the first. Steps in now. When talking with Laz Gutierrez about Williams, he said he was really good through about 4 innings, and then he just kind of ran out of gas come that 5th inning back on March the 12th against Florida Tech. It's Nova still looking for their first win of the season in just game number 5. The first pitch to Earhart in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. On it first after the hit by pitch. No score, just underway here from the NSU Baseball Complex. Williams comes set. Here's the 0-1. Paints the outside corner once again. And a favorable count here for the pitcher Williams. And it's 0-2. Looking for an inning-ending ground ball right here. Try to make quick work of the Spartans here in this first inning. Quick check on Cumbo over there at first. Quick check over there at first. Comes set again. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Maybe a bit of a tip there. First strikeout of the day for J.P. Williams. He had 8 of them last time out. And a good start here with 2 outs. That'll bring in the first baseman, John Malcolm. 360 on the season for Malcolm. Sophomore out of Detroit, Michigan. Check over there on Cumbo once again. Malcolm in his first year, the University of Tampa, spent last year at the State College of Florida. Hit over 330 in just 27 games. First pitch sprayed out of play down the left field line. I'll get you the defense here for Nova. Across the outfield from left to right, Fernandez, Chisler, and Ooze. Across the infield as Williams checks over there at first. Irisari at third, Epstein and Macario up the middle. Smith making his second start at first base, and Mayrand forms the battery with Williams. Another check over there on Cumbo at first. Back in there safely. Sun trying to peek through here on this Saturday. A beautiful day for baseball. The 0-1 pitch again. Swung on and missed. 0-2. Williams getting himself into some favorable counts here early on in this first inning. Runner on at first is Cumbo. Breaking ball swung on and fouled down the right field line over towards the Tampa dugout. Of course, Nova occupying the third base dugout here at the NSU baseball complex. 0-2 once again, 2 outs, runner on first. Williams comes set, here's the pitch. Just missing inside. A little tail to that pitch, and it's 1-2. Check over at first. Williams set. Here's the pitch. Malcolm able to just hold off there, and the count knotted up at 2-2. Deuces wild here in the first. 2-2. 2 outs. Runner on at first. Here's the 2-2. This one sprayed into left field. That's a base hit for John Malcolm. So 2 base runners here with 2 outs in the first inning. That's the first hit of the game for the Spartans. Of course, Cumbo will move up to second. Now runner in scoring position with 2 outs as the DH Dan Sullivan steps in. Hitting .467. Of course, just 9 games so far for Tampa. And this being the 5th game of the season for the Sharks. Once again, batting from the left side is Sullivan. A base hit could score Cumbo there at second. First pitch, a breaking ball fouled out of play. And it's 0-1. 2 on, 2 out. Williams set. The 0-1. This is low. Count knotted up at 1-1. Laz Gutierrez called Williams a student of his craft. 3 pitches, a fastball, changeup, slider. Transitioned from closer to a starter a year ago, and an ERA under 2. As Sullivan swings right through that 1-1 pitch. Makes it 1-2 here with 2 outs. It's a good piece of 2-strike hitting by Malcolm. The runner now at first. Cumbo was hit by a pitch. Williams set again. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Just a little bit inside. A couple of close calls there on that inside part of the plate so far. Deuces wild again. 2-2. 2 outs. 2 on. Still no score. Williams set once again. Peek over at second. Another one. Now here's the pitch. Rings him up, strike 3. Williams works out of a bit of a jam here in the first inning. 2 runners left on, 1 hit, but no runs come across at the bottom of the first. Nova coming up right after this. Kovac Automotive is a family-owned and operated business taking care of Davie and Cooper City's automotive needs for 45 years. Special discounts are available for NSU faculty, staff, students, and alumni. Visit them close to campus at 2770 Davie Road, just north of Nova Drive on the right-hand side. Shark fans, be sure to enter the raffle to win a Sharks hat. Visit the link on the screen to enter your information, and a winner will be notified within 1 to 2 business days. If you don't win this time, try your luck again during the next game, which is right after this. Submissions must be entered by the end of the games tonight, and there is a limit of 1 submission per person. Go Sharks! full count here to the shortstop, Tyler Epstein. He calls time as Braden Nelson battling back from a 3-0 count with 2 straight strikes. Here's Nelson, the payoff pitch, swung on and missed. First strikeout of the game for Braden Nelson. And Epstein is set down on strikes. That brings up the right fielder, another freshman, Michael Ooze. Just his second game played so far this season, but he is 1 for 1 in his lone at bat. And this one a ground ball. This will find some grass in left field. A base hit for Michael Ooze. First pitch swinging there from the freshman right fielder, and Nova has their first base runner of the afternoon. Adon Fernandez, the left fielder, will step in. One of 2 upperclassmen in the lineup today. Nick Sanders, the other one, waits on deck, the DH. So a base runner here in Ooze. And Nelson goes off speed to get ahead with strike 1. Fernandez spending some time in the Northwoods League with Mankato. Started all 21 games he played a season ago, hit .365, and slotting into that 3-hole today. Next pitch popped up out of play. And it's quickly 0-2 here on Fernandez. Slower start for him this year, just .214. As Nelson has the advantage here, 0-2. Check on Ooze over there at first. Might have been leading just a bit, but back in plenty of time. Nelson looks in again, comes set. The 0-2 pitch. This is low on that outside corner. Fernandez, a transfer from Florida International. Played nearly 100 games down in Miami. Now the 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. And a check over there at first as Ooze gets back, but that's the second strikeout for Braden Nelson here in this first inning. So with 2 outs, it'll be Nick Sanders stepping in, trying to get something going here for the Sharks in this first inning. Misses outside. Sanders 0 for 1 in his lone plate appearance here in 2020. Just his second game played, his first start. This one tails out of the zone, and 2-0. Good count here for the cleanup hitter Sanders in this first inning for Nova. Of course, these 2 teams playing yesterday up in Tampa Bay. An 8-5 win for the Spartans. But Nova had a chance to tie the game in the 9th. They loaded the bases, scored 2, had a chance to tie, but ultimately losing that game 8-5. It was Carlos Ray who made his first career start for the Sharks. Went 2 innings, picked up a strikeout. Michael Paul started the game for the Spartans. Went 6 innings, giving up 3 runs. 2 of them were earned. 3-0 pitch, taken all the way, is in there for a strike. One count with 2 outs. Runner takes off, swing and a miss. And that'll be a stolen base for Michael Ooze, getting himself into scoring position here with 2 outs. And now a 3-2 count. Would have been going anyway with this pitch. second is Ooze. A base hit could score him. Outfield playing pretty much straight away, infield as well. Here's the 3-2 pitch, it's low. And another base runner, a 2-out walk for the Sharks. Runners on at first and second. That'll bring up Daniel Irizarry, the third baseman. He'll once again bat from the left side. Two outs, two on. Nelson, this one's hit into center field. Should be no problem for Cadenas. He squeezes it, and that will end the inning. A one hit for the Sharks, 2 runners left, nobody comes across. We're through 1, no score here from Fort Lauderdale. Lane at 2 straight strikes, and it's quickly 0-2. Williams to wind the deal. Breaking ball, just a little bit high. They'll appeal over to first, and he did not go. 1-2 the count on Glancy. His first year here with the Spartans. 1-2 pitch, ground ball to second. Macario up with it. Easy throw to first. It's out number 1 here in inning number 2.
J.D. Urso.
So 4-3 to start off this second inning as J.D. Urso steps in, the shortstop. Freshman batting .310 so far in this 2021 season. Pitch from Williams. There on the outside corner for strike 1. The second season here with the Spartans. Another ground ball. This one for Epstein. He's up with it. One shortstop throws out another. 2 quick outs here in the second inning for Williams. 4-3 and 6-3 the 2 outs. Second inning. That brings up the 8-hole hitter, Josh Ruley. Pitcher batting .273 on the season. First pitch to Ruley is just a bit low and outside. Here's the 1-0. Fouled out of play. Netting down first base line. Counted up at 1-1. Conference only slate here for the Sharks. Dip into that pitching depth. The bench could play a big part here in the latter stretch of this season. 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Good looking movement on that slider from Williams. Now it's 2-2 with 2 outs. Nobody on here for the Spartans. Trying for a quick 1-2-3 inning is Williams. The 2-2. Another breaking ball right there on the outside corner. Strike 3 called. 3 up, 3 down. Second inning for Williams. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Bottom of the second. No score here from Fort Lauderdale. Hey, Shark fans, want to go bowling? Visit Spares, just 2 miles down the road from us on University Drive. We offer parties, leagues, and team nights to meet your bowling desires. Spares, creating bowling every day. Stevens Distributing is a proud sponsor of NSU Athletics. Enjoy responsibly.
She say that I'm cool. I'm like, yeah, that's true. I believe in G-O-D. Don't believe in T-H-O-T. She keep playing me dumb. I'm a player for fun.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of
First baseman making his second start, was 3 for 4 yesterday. His collegiate debut playing first base for the first time, according to Laz Gutierrez. He was good in his debut. He's down 0-2 here to Nelson to start off this bottom of the second. Time before this 0-2 pitch. Here's the 0-2. In on the hands and just gets a piece of it to foul it away. Remain 0-2 on Smith. From Atlanta, down 0-2 here to Nelson. Here's the 0-2 again. This one misses outside off the glove of Ruley. The story for the Sharks yesterday, hitting with runners in scoring position, was 2 for 14 in that category yesterday. Here's the 1-2 pitch. On the hands again, and it's another piece of it. Good battle here from Smith. Smith down 1-2. Here's the pitch. Off the end of the bat. As for the first baseman, Malcolm. Toss over to the pitcher, Nelson covering, and that's the first out.
Our catcher, number 20, Oliver Maybrand.
3-1 put out. And Olivier Mayron, the catcher, steps in. Canadian from Quebec. multi-sport athlete in college, baseball, football, and if you live in Canada, hockey. Had 11 games a season ago, hit .310 in 8 starts. Looks at ball one. This one clobbered down the left field line, but well out of play. In on his hands. 1-1. No fans in the stands per se, but the parking deck to straightaway center proving to be a pretty good outlook point this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Fans pulling up, opening their trunks, enjoying the first of two on this Saturday, Nova and Tampa. 2-1 pitch. Plate umpire says yes, he did go around. Count knotted up back at 2-2. Nelson set once again. The 2-2 pitch. This one into right field. Backing up just a few steps there is Cumbo. And there to make the catch for out number 2. That'll bring up the second baseman, sophomore Alejandro Macario.
Alejandro Macario.
So Macario will try to get something going in this second inning. Both teams saw 5 men come to the plate in that first inning. Tampa was set down 1-2-3, and so far in this second inning, bottom of half of the inning, Nova has been set down 2 in a row. Wild pitch from Nelson. This is a bit high. Nelson, his last time out, 7 innings, just 4 hits, no runs, 6 strikeouts, and 1 walk back on March 20th. 2-0 pitch is in there for a strike. Tampa, one of the top teams in the entire country. They've showed it so far, an 8-1 record, 7-0 in conference play. 2-1 pitch, grounded into left field, base hit. Another 2-out base hit. This time coming from Alejandro Macario. So he's on for the 9-hole hitter, Steven Chisler.
Center fielder number 2, Steven Chisler.
Chisler steps in. 1 for 3 so far at the plate this season. Coach Gutierrez, as he puts him in this 9-hole, has got to turn the order over. Almost a second leadoff hitter as runner takes off for second. Throw down in time. Rulli catches Macario stealing second. He's not pleased about it, but that will end the inning. We're now through 2, no score from Fort Lauderdale. Stats. Oh no. Williams can go today. As Coach Gutierrez mentioned, just his second start of the season. Just still trying to build these pitchers up with the lack of games that they have played so far. He is the man in this staff, says Gutierrez. 2-0 pitch in there for a strike on the 9-hole hitter, Cadenas. The center fielder hitting 167. 2-1 pitch. Hard hit ball straight out of play. The count quickly knotted up at 2-2. Next pitch. Chopped down the left field line and foul. Stay 2-2. So far with 3 strikeouts, 2 of them looking. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball that just misses off the plate. The right-handed batter, Cadenas. The count runs full at 3-2. Here's the pitch. Just misses inside. And a leadoff base runner for the Spartans. And that'll flip the order over for Nicholas Winkelmeyer. Winkelmeyer will bat from the left-hand side. See if Cadenas is a threat to run. He's going to try to put one down the first base line. Williams will just shuffle this over to Smith at first to get the out. Tampa playing a bit of small ball sacrifice. There's a 1-3 pitcher to first baseman. That moves Cadenas up to second base for E.J. Cumbo. Two home runs yesterday for Cumbo. His first pitch misses inside, 1-0. Have to be careful with the 2-hole hitter. Hitting .432 so far for the Spartans. Runner in scoring position out. Timeout is called by Cumbo at home. His last 2 years at New York Tech. He's from East Meadow, New York. Coming down to the University of Tampa. Hit .375 in 14 games last year. 1-0 pitch. Misses inside. A favorable count now for Cumbo at 2-0. Williams had to pitch through a bit of trouble there in the first inning. Had runners on at first and second. Cumbo trying to provide some pop here in this third inning. Williams gets one over in the zone, 2-1. Williams set. Quick look at second. The pitch. It's a ground ball to the right side. It's Macario up with it over to first and in time for out number 2. Runner does move up to third. So the opening run just 90 feet away now. That brings in the 3-hole hitter, Drew Earhart. 0 for 1 so far today. He struck out for the second out in the first inning. Williams trying to make him the final out of this third inning. Put one down potentially. That one in the zone on the outside corner for strike 1. Third baseman Irisari playing behind the bag. A breaking ball. This one popped up into foul territory. Smith coming over. Mayer in there as well. He'll squeeze it for out number 3. Williams pumped up about that one. gets out of the third inning unscathed, leaving that runner on at third. We enter the bottom of the third, still no score here from the NSU Baseball Complex. Our partners at BSN Sports, the largest provider of team sports equipment and apparel in the country, would like to welcome all coaches and streaming fans at today's game. Now, BSN Sports is the best at equipping athletes. Coaches are the best at equipping lives, and that's the real final score. Learn more at bsnsports.com. Go Sharks! For the entire month of April, enjoy 15% off all of your new Sharks gear when you use the code APRIL21 on the new NSU BSN Sideline store. Visit sideline.bsnsports.com to shop today. After Macario was caught stealing to end the second, as Chisler stepping in for another plate appearance, and he's down 0-2. Nelson will step off before this 0-2 delivery. As Gutierrez is, Chisler's a great athlete, puts the ball in play, creates some havoc out there. Out in center field. Trying to turn this order over to start the third. 9-1-2 upcoming for the Sharks. One-two pitch, breaking ball. Chisler was on that one, able to foul it out of play. Remain 1-2 to the freshman center fielder. 6 freshmen in the lineup today for the Sharks. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Short hops into the glove of Rulli. He'll throw it down to first for the putout. And that's the first out of this third inning. And the third strikeout for Braden Nelson. So back to the top for Tyler Epstein. Struck out to start his day. First pitch, looked like it was an off-speed pitch. He did not go around since the first base umpire, 1-0. This one chopped down the left field line and foul. Count 1-1. Starting to peek through a little bit more from this cloud cover as the next pitch misses outside, 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Once again, sent out of play. The count evens up at 2-2 to Epstein, the Sharks shortstop. The natural second baseman is Epstein, says Coach Gutierrez, but playing short due to some players being unavailable for today's game. So he just looks to put the ball in play, and at that leadoff spot, that's exactly what you want. Seen some pitches in this at-bat. 2-2 pitch right there on the outside corner. Called strike 3. Epstein down on strikes for the second time today. 2 strikeouts in this third inning for Braden Nelson. 4 on the day brings his season total up to 14. Now the 2-hole hitter, Michael Ooze. Singled back in the first. Trying to keep it going here in the third. This breaking ball skips up to home plate, 1-0. Freshman from Pembroke Pines, 6-foot freshman. Lifts this down the right field line. There's a good amount of room over there, but this one will drift out of play as Cumbo was coming over there. It's pretty tight down the left field line, but decent amount of foul territory down the right field line with the Tampa bullpen down in the corner. Nelson comes set, the 1-1 pitch. Took something off of that one. And Ooze was way out in front of it, 1-2. Nelson trying to end this inning, 1-2-3. This one a hot shot for the shortstop, and it eats him up. Urso lets that go into left center field. And a 2-out base hit for Michael Ooze, his second of the game. Third hit of the day for the Sharks. That'll bring up the 3-hole hitter, Adon Fernandez. That last hit there by Ooze had some eyes for some outfield grass. He hit that really hard right at Urso. He was a bit on his heels. It just ate him up once it got to him. So a 2-out base runner once again for the Sharks. And Fernandez trying to keep this inning alive. Check on Ooze at first. He's back in time. One-0 pitch. Took something off of that one. It was in the dirt. Swings right through it, 1-1. Fernandez with Ooze on it first. This one ripped down the left field line and just foul. So strike 2. It'll be 1-2. Back to first. Nelson trying to end this third inning. And time is called. Nelson set. He's been good with his off speed in this at-bat. Ooze takes off. This one ripped into left field, and it is curling foul. Might have had the distance to leave if it was fair. He got good contact on that, but just couldn't steer it inside that foul pole down the left field line. It'll be 1-2 once again here on Fernandez.
Check it out, y'all.
Just 3 home runs this year for the Sharks, and Fernandez has 2 of them. nearly had a third. Nelson might have gotten away with one there. Another chance at 1-2. Ooze at first, here with 2 outs. On the outside corner, just off the plate, 2-2. Rulli trying to buy his pitcher, strike number 3 right there. Home plate umpire wasn't having it. 2-2, check on Ooze at first. Still no score as we play in the bottom of the third. Another check on Ooze. He took off with that foul ball down the line. That nearly went over the fence. Nelson set. Deuces wild, 2 outs. 2-2 pitch, fouled straight back. Fernandez right on Nelson now. Good battle between these two, the 3-hole hitter Fernandez. Two pitch, Ooze takes off, breaking ball, chopped foul. Right into the hand of Sanders, who makes the catch on a bounce in the on-deck circle. Good battle between Nelson and Fernandez with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. And who will break the deadlock this afternoon? Of course, the first of 2 games. Double dip between Nova and Tampa. The 2-2 pitch. This is high and inside. The count now runs full at 3-2, and Ooze should be off with the pitch. Nelson looking in for the sign. A long look in. Now he comes set. Nelson steps off. Big pitch. It's been a good battle between Fernandez and Nelson. It was Nelson who got the better of him in the first inning with a strikeout. The 3-2 pitches. Ooze takes off. This one skied in the air to right center field. Cadenas and Cumbo coming over. It'll be Cadenas to squeeze it for out number 3, and that will end the inning. Good battle between Fernandez and Nelson, but Nelson wins this time. We're through 3, a third of the way home. Still no score from the NSU baseball complex. start this fourth inning with 4, 5, and 6 for the Spartans. And it's John Malcolm in there now. 1-1 is the count. That slider that gets across for strike number 2. J.P. Williams has been good so far. Now trying to retire Malcolm to start this fourth inning. 1-2 pitch misses away. Malcolm at his third school out of Detroit. Started at Vanderbilt in 2019. 2020, the State College of Florida, and he's set down on strikes.
Goodbye.
Here to start off this fourth inning. Got a single off of Williams there in the first. And this time, back to the dugout for out number 1. Stan Sullivan who will step in now. 0 for 1, struck out looking to end the first. Williams once again getting ahead of hitters. Pours one across for strike 1. Next pitch in on the hands, and Sullivan fouls this out of play. Williams, who spent time with Yarmouth Dennis in the Cape Cod Baseball League. Sullivan down 0-2, in on the hands again. And once again, this down the left field line, but foul. Williams working at a good pace. Through 3 1/3. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Another strikeout for J.P. Williams. That's strikeout number 5 on the day. And in 4 2/3 in his last start, he tallied 8 strikeouts. That'll bring up Luke Glancy with 2 outs. The left fielder grounded out to second, back in the second. First pitch in there for a strike. Good tail to that fastball. Puts it across the outside corner. Him and Maynard forming a good duo, good battery right now. Next pitch fouled out of play, and Williams trying to make quick work here of the Spartans here in the 4th. Chance to strike out the side here for Williams. Looking for strikeout number 6. Ground ball to first. Smith towards the line. Underhand toss to Williams for out number 3. Williams all sorts of fired up coming back into the dugout. We're through 3 1/2. Still no score here from Fort Lauderdale. Shark fans, don't forget about that raffle. Enter now to win a Sharks hat. Visit the link on screen to enter your information, and a winner will be notified within 1 to 2 business days. If you don't win this time, try your luck again during the next game. Submissions must be entered by the end of the game tonight. There's a limit of 1 submission per person. Go Sharks!
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of
Designated hitter number 16, Nick Sanders.
Bottom of the fourth inning, still looking for that first run this afternoon. It'll be Nick Sanders, 4, 5, and 6 to start off this bottom of the fourth inning. As Nelson puts pitch number 59 in for ball one. Williams threw 4 innings at 53 pitches. He has been dominant so far, just 1 hit allowed. Nelson evens up the count at 1-1. Sanders walked in his previous plate appearance. The 1-1 pitch in there for strike 2. 1-2 pitch, misses low. Count knots up at 2-2. It's Sanders, who actually pitched 15 2/3 a year ago, made 5 starts, a 1-1 record. Also pitched in 2018 and 19. Coral Springs, Florida, the redshirt junior, trying his hand at hitting here in 2021. 2-2 pitch. Off the end of the bat, now to play. These Sharks hitters really making Nelson work out there. A lot of deep counts. It was a good battle to end that third inning with Adon Fernandez eventually flying out to center. Next pitch, fouled off of Sanders in the box. It'll be 2-2 again. Two pitch. Trying to paint that inside corner. Nelson thought he had him. And the home plate umpire motioning over to Joe Urso in the Tampa dugout, saying just a bit inside. As the count runs full. Remember, Sanders did walk in his first at-bat in the first. Trying to start off this fourth inning. This is a chopper. The pitcher Nelson will pick this up on his way to first, and he'll just step on first himself. The rare 1 unassisted for out number 1.
The third baseman, number 24, Daniel Irizarry.
So Sanders down after a good battle with Nelson. And Daniel Irizarry will step in. He flew out to end the first. Goes to straightaway center. Starting to pick up again. Clouds starting to cover overhead. 1-0 pitch from Nelson. Swung on and missed. Low and away, and Irizarry came up with nothing. Hitting .250 coming into this game today. Making his 5th start at third base. 1-1 pitch. Once again, Nelson working that outside part of the plate, and it's fouled out of play. And it's 1-2. One-two pitch. Misses away. 2-2 here to Irizarry. 1 out, no score in the bottom of the 4th. This one off the heel of Nelson. Irizarry will beat this one out. Looked like that was going up the middle anyway, but Nelson, a kick save there, just couldn't get the out over at first.
Number 47, Adam Smith.
They're going to check on Nelson. Joe Urso pulling up. Nelson's pulling up his left pant leg, but he's motioning that he's okay. Home plate umpire and first place umpire coming over to make sure he is good to continue. That was hit hard up the middle. That is the 4th hit of the game for the Sharks. And it brings in Adam Smith, maybe the hottest bat for the Sharks at the moment, was 3 for 4 yesterday. Check over on Irisari at first. Nelson is trying to buy a couple more seconds to let the sting out of that grounder up the middle. Another check on Irisari. Now it looks like Nelson's ready. Here's the first pitch. In there on the outside corner for strike 1. Smith, a ground out victim in the 2nd inning. Trying to make a name for himself in this Sharks lineup moving forward this season. So far, so good. Runner will take off. Hit and run was in play there as Smith fouls this down the third base line and out of play. So quickly 0-2. Smith steps back in. Irisari on it first with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Check swing. The ball was in the dirt. He did not go around. Count is 1-2. Here's the pitch. This one laced into right field. Coming over, a dive, and it's down. And this should be extra bases. Smith will hold it second. Irisari had to wait to see if that was going to be caught, so he checks into third. It's a 1-out double for Adam Smith. His 2nd in as many nights, and the Sharks are in business here in the 4th. It was Cumbo coming over on a dive and just couldn't haul it in. It's a long run. That one found some grass. So a 1-out double for Smith. That brings in Olivier Mayrin. Irisari on at 3rd. Smith on it 2nd, and 1 out. Trying to find that first run of the game. This one gets by the catcher. Irisari will come in, and there's the opening run for the Sharks. That one just ate him up behind the plate. Nothing Rulli could do, and it's 1-0 to Nova Southeastern. Also on the play was Smith moving up to 3rd. So a wild pitch from Nelson. That moves Smith up to 3rd. Now a chance for a sac fly as the infield will play in for the Spartans. Gonna cut down that run at home. Runs very precious to come by in this game with the way that Williams has pitched so far. 2-0 count to Mayrin. Here's the pitch. This one lofted into left field. This one will get down towards the line. That's an RBI single for Olivier Mayrin, and it's 2-0 to the Sharks. His first career RBI for Olivier Mayrin. And it's 2-0 to Nova Southeastern here in the 4th. Smith comes across to score. And Nelson will get a visit from the Tampa pitching coach. Just 1 out in this 4th inning. Started with a ground out from Nick Sanders. That was a deep count, though. And then Irisari, a single off the heel of Nelson. Smith, a double down the right field line. And Mayron drops one into left field. Of course, a wild pitch during Mayron's at-bat as well scored the run. No action yet in the Tampa bullpen down the right field line. Just a chat with Nelson. Sharks trying to add on here. It's Alejandro Macario who will step in. Singled in the second, but then was caught stealing. Mayron over at first, looking for that double play ball is Nelson. And there's strike one on Macario. After a tough day yesterday, hitting with runners in scoring position, the Sharks coming up with a big hit from their freshman catcher. One. Here's the pitch. This is low and away. Nelson definitely having to work more than he has in the previous 3 innings here in this 4th inning. Came into this inning with 58 pitches. Well up over 70 now. 2-1. This one down the right field line, tailing foul. Count evens up at 2-2. Chisler waits on deck. Before then, it's back to the top of the order for Epstein. The runner on at first is Olivier Mayron after his RBI single. Not only his first RBI, his first hit of this 2021 season. And this into left field, down for a base hit. The hits continue in this inning for the Sharks. That's now 4 straight hits for Nova Southeastern. They are in business once again here in the 4th.
Center fielder number 2, Stephen.
So to the bottom of the order now for Steven Chisler. Macario on at first, and Mayron up to second. Another chance with a runner in scoring position for Nova Southeastern. First pitch, misses low. Still no action in that Tampa bullpen. 7 hits so far for the Sharks in this ball game, getting their first 2 runs. Skied in the air to center field. It'll be Cadenas coming over. Looking to tag here is Mayron. He'll just fake it. Good throw back in from Cadenas. And that is out number 2. It's back to the top of the order for Tyler Epstein.
Number 15, Tyler Epstein.
Epstein 0 for 2 so far, 2 strikeouts. 1 looking, 1 swinging. First pitch, swung on and missed on the inside corner. Epstein trying to get something going here with 2 outs. And add on to the 2 runs previously scored. Nelson set. Just trying to get out of this fourth inning. Epstein will look to bunt this up the first base line and foul. Trying to use his speed to get on here with 2 outs and move it along for Michael Ooze, who's so far 2 for 2 today. Epstein trying to avoid strikeout number 3. Nelson just looking to get out of this inning. 0-2 as Epstein calls time. Mayrand on at second. Macario on at first. 0-2 pitch, misses for ball 1. Here's the 1-2 pitch. This one lofted in the air to center. Cadenas crashing. This one will get down, and that'll score another run. The throw in to third for Macario. He's in safely, and Epstein will move up to second. An RBI single for Epstein, battling in that at-bat, and just drops one into center field. It's 3-0 Sharks.
The right fielder, number 12, Michael.
So his first hit of the day, Tyler Epstein, is an RBI single. Mayrand comes across to score. He was going with 2 outs, and Macario just beating the throw into third. And the 8th batter to come to the plate in this 4th inning is Michael Ooze. And he is 2 for 2 today. 2 singles and a stolen base. It's now 3-0 Sharks. Runners on at second and third, trying to add on some more. Ooze lifts this into left field, and someone too much air under it. Glancy coming over, squeezes his glove, but the damage has been done in this inning for the Sharks. 3 runs come across on 5 hits, but 2 runners are left on. We're through 4. It's now Nova Southeastern 3 and Tampa nothing. Williams back to work here in the 5th inning. And J.D. Urso will lead this off. 7, 8, 9 for the Spartans in this 5th. And Williams making quick work so far of Urso, has him down 1-2. And this was the inning in his first start of the season where things started to unravel a bit. As Gutierrez, as he just kind of ran out of gas. But But he looks like he's nice and fresh today as that pitch bounced straight back. Stay 1-2. Looking for strikeout number 6 to start off this 5th inning. Slider misses low. Williams has definitely looked like the ace of this staff so far through 4. The 2-2 pitch, a slider on the inside corner. Strikeout number 6 for Williams. He's looking good in his outing this afternoon, and 1 out here in the 5th. And a pinch hitter will now come in for Tampa.
Number 25, Luke McDonald.
Luke McDonald stepping in. So that will be the end of at least this first game for Josh Ruley. McDonald, the count at 1-1. Sophomore Luke McDonald. It was a check swing, but this one in play down the line. Smith will step on first, and that's out number 2. So McDonald is retired.
To the plate, the center fielder, number 6.
3 unassisted. And to the bottom of the order now for Jose Cadenas. McDonald should assume the catching role here for the end of this one. And first pitch swinging is Cadenas, rips one into left field, able to turn the order over. And Cadenas reaches base for the 2nd time and as many at-bats today. A walk back in the 3rd and now a single here in the 5th. And back to the top 4, Nicholas Winkelmeyer. Another one of those guys playing last year at the State College of Florida, played in just 4 games. 2019, though, played 53 games, hit .317. Coming into today's game, hitting .286 with 2 extra base hits and 4 runs batted in. Williams gets ahead of Winkelmeyer 0-1. Check on Cadenas over at first. Williams trying to get through this 5th inning. And if he does, it'll be his longest outing in his 2 starts. Ground ball, this will get into right field. So another 2-out base hit for the Spartans, and they might be in business here. First and second, 2 outs. Cadenas moves up to 2nd. Winkelmeyer on with his first hit of the day. He sacrificed back in the 3rd. That one brings up E.J. Cumbo, the big bat in this lineup, at least according to average. Trying to get something done in this 5th. First pitch in there on the outside corner for strike 1. Tampa has double the amount of hits here with 2 outs in this inning than they did in the previous 4. Williams, couple looks at 2nd. Here's the pitch. It's a slider that misses high. Not the biggest, but he does pack a punch. Just 5'8", a sophomore from New York. 1-1. Another slider. Fouled back against the screen behind home plate. 1-2 is the count. Looking for strikeout number 7 now is Williams. And a chance here with a 1-2 count. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. Time is called. Another 1-2 pitch. Misses low. Deuce is wild. 2-2. 2 out. 2 on. Runner on at first and second. Drew Earhart waits on deck. Two up the middle and into center field. Here comes Cadenas around third. The throw in will not be in time. And Tampa gets one back after a 3-run fourth from the Sharks. A 2-out single from E.J. Cumbo makes it 3-1. 2 outs. He was off on contact. It was a good throw in from Chisler, just a bit too late. E.J. Cumbo with RBI number 11 on the season. It'll be the same situation with runners on at first and second. Time is called as there'll be a mound visit from the Nova pitching coach. And like we said in the last outing, Laz Gutierrez saying that Williams just kind of ran out of gas in the 5th. Only made it through 4 2/3. We're through 4 2/3 here today, and he's at least trying to get through this 5th inning. Drew Earhart now steps in. Same situation. First and second. 2 outs. This one ripped into left field. This will get all the way to the wall. And this might be a game-tying double. They'll hold him at third. There'll just be 1 run. And that's a 2-out RBI double from Drew Earhart. It's 3-2. Winkelmeyer comes around from second to score. Cumbo goes first to third. And Earhart checks in with his second double on the season. And that's an RBI double at that. And now it's the 4-hole hitter, John Malcolm. Trying to keep the train going here for the Spartans. Runners now on at second and third. And this one hits Malcolm. It's like a slider ran inside, and now the bases are loaded for Dan Sullivan.
Designated hitter number 26, Dan Sullivan.
It looked like Williams was absolutely cruising, got the first 2 outs of this inning. Strikeout looking to Urso. And then McDonald went down 3 unassisted. And then 4 straight hits, plus the hit by pitch as the bases loaded and 2 runs across. Sullivan fouls the first pitch out of play. Big at-bat in this ball game. Williams looks in. His back foot on the first base side of the rubber. 0-1 pitch. Misses low. Maynard, a good job to keep that in front of him. Cumbo, Earhart, and Malcolm, the base runners. Here's the pitch. Sullivan. Did he go around? He did, says the field umpire, and it's 1-2 on the DH, Dan Sullivan. 3 runs batted in so far this season for Sullivan. Just 1 extra base hit. Time is called. So it looks like Earhart needing to tie his shoe over there at second. Something wrong with the bag, maybe. Now, here we go. 1 and 2. Bases full of Spartans. 2 outs. Sharks holding on to a 3-2 lead. Slider on the outside corner, strike 3. Williams leaves the bases loaded, but 2 runs do come across. We're halfway home, and the Sharks lead 3-2. Mr. M Sandwich Shops is a proud sponsor of NSU Athletics. They are conveniently located across the street from campus and offer a 10% discount to NSU students, faculty, and staff with a valid Shark card. Visit them online at mrmsubs.com or call 954-368-4057. Delivery and Uber Eats are also available. Herb Jones McInerney Grad Products is a proud sponsor of NSU Athletics. Order your graduation items at herb.ly/NSU. Let Herb Jones help you celebrate your graduation from NSU.
Shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for the Spartans. Number 12, Colleen Widows. Widows pitching for Tampa.
Treating others like we'd like to be treated has always been our guiding principle.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th inning for the Sharks, the left fielder, number 23, Alag Hernandez.
New pitcher to start this bottom of the 5th inning for the Spartans. It is the left-hander Colton Widows, making his 2nd appearance on the season. 2 innings, 2 strikeouts, and a 0.00 ERA. His lone appearance coming on March 13th at Palm Beach Atlantic in an 18-4 win for Tampa. It'll be Adon Fernandez, the only batter who did not come to the plate in that 3-run 4th inning for the Sharks. So he starts this 5th inning. You can close the book on Braden Nelson. 4 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. He is in line for the loss as of now. Nice pitch in there for a strike. Widows, senior out of Palm Harbor, Florida, Dunedin High School. Two and one the count. Breaking ball ripped up the middle. Diving play by the second baseman. Winkelmeyer steals a hit away from Fernandez. That one surely was dropping in center field, if not for a tremendous play by Nicholas Winkelmeyer. And Nick Sanders now will step in. A walk and a ground out to the pitcher in his 2 plate appearances so far. He's done a good job to work some counts. Sorry waits in the on-deck circle. Sanders looks at strike 1. Next pitch bounces up to the plate. Of course, McDonald now behind the plate after pinch hitting for Josh Ruley. 2-1 pitch. Once again, bounces up. Good hitters count for Sanders at 3-1. Widows, 6-foot senior. Pitching just under 10 innings in 6 appearances a season ago. 3-1 pitch, chopped foul. Count runs full, 3-2. Nobody on here in the 5th for the Sharks. Sanders skies this one down the left field line. The third baseman Earhart going over towards the fence and into the bullpen. Out of play. Looks like there is some sort of action in the Nova bullpen. Looks like it's a lefty warming up. We'll try to get a number on that as soon as we can. 3-2 pitch, misses high. And Sanders is on with his 2nd walk of the day.
The third baseman, number 24, Daniel Irizarry.
Kavanaugh warming up for the Sharks. A name that Naz Gutierrez said we'd probably see today. See if Williams is good for one more inning or if it'll be Kavanaugh's from here on out. Irizarry steps in. He looks to put a bunt down. He does down the third baseline. Earhart throw over to first in time. Does move the runner into scoring position. So a sacrifice 5-3 for Daniel Irizarry as Sanders moves up to 2nd. That brings in one of the hottest bats in the lineup, Adam Smith. 3 for 4 day yesterday. A double so far today. He did come across to score last inning as well. Widows, first pitch misses outside. Sharks steal a run here in this 5th inning after scoring 3 in the bottom of the 4th. Two-0 pitch. Smith lifts this into left field. Left fielder coming on. It'll be Glancy to squeeze it for out number 3. The Sharks do strand a runner in scoring position. No runs, no hits, no errors, but 1 left. We move to the 6th inning. It's Sharks 3. It's Spartans 2.
You can get an MBA, or you can learn to master more than business. You can become a teacher, or an inspiration to future generations. And you can study medicine, or you can prepare to revolutionize it. With programs that offer a fast track to graduation, vast industry and alumni connections, and affordable tuition, NSU Sharks will always have the edge. Nova Southeastern University. Prepare to dominate.
fielder, number 29. Luke
Starting
Clancy.
the 6th inning here from the NSU baseball complex is Luke Glancy, who will step in 6, 7, and 8. There's still J.P. Williams out there for the Sharks to start this 6th inning. His longest outing of the season in his 2nd start. And of course, it's Nova Southeastern looking for win number 1. Two quick strikes here from Williams on Glancy. It's Matt Cavanaugh warming up in the bullpen for the Sharks. The 0-2 pitch. Slider that misses outside. The 8 Spartans came to the plate in the last inning. Next pitch, check swing, appeal to first, he did not go. Count even at 2-2. Glancy looking for his first hit of the day, 0 for 2, 2 groundouts, 2-2. This one ripped into right center field, that'll be down, and that should be extra bases. Glancy out of the box hard. Ball picked up in center by Chisler, he gets it back in. Leadoff double from Luke Glancy. And the Spartans in business here to start this 6th inning. First double on the season, just 2nd hit of the season for Luke Glancy. That moves it along for J.D. Urso. Here comes Laz Gutierrez. And that could be it for J.P. Williams. He will motion for Cavanaugh to come on, so that's it for J.P. Williams. 5 innings plus, can't quite close the book on him yet, giving up 6 hits, so far 2 runs. Solid outing for Nova's ace. It'll be Matt Cavanaugh to come in. We'll step aside for just a moment. It's 3-2 here in the 6th.
Attention, please. Now pitching for the Sharks, number 35, Matt Cavanaugh. Cavanaugh pitching.
NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student-athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student-athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student-athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
What have we here? Another random school of fish. Watch as they mimic each other's every move. Even their own mothers can't tell these fish apart. In this school, there is no room for individualism. These fish live in fear.
Treating others like we'd like to be treated has always been our guiding principle.
First batter that Matt Kavanaugh will face is the shortstop, J.D. Urso. It's Kavanaugh's second appearance, his previous one coming on the 13th of March, 2 1/3. No hits, no runs, a walk, and 3 strikeouts for the freshman. Urso will look to lay one down. He does down the first base line. The throw to first is off the glove of Macario, and the run will come across to score. So Urso puts one down. He's safe at first. Glancy heads up running. He moved up to third. It went off the glove of Macario, and he came across to score, and it's all tied at 3. So an error against the second baseman, Macario, and we are tied at 3. Smith charged to field it, but the throw is just a bit too much towards the second base bag and against the momentum of Macario, who was coming over. And all tied up at 3. Kavanaugh, the pitch. This one will go straight up and straight out of play just in front of us. Counts 1-1. Check over on Urso as McDonald stepping in for his second plate appearance. A ground out in the 5th was the second out of the inning. One. Popped up down the first base line and into the netting, out of play, 1-2. One and two the count. Kavanaugh delivers. McDonald just gets a piece of it. 1-2. So you can now close the book on Williams. 5+ innings, 6 hits, 7 strikeouts, a walk, 3 runs. But the error that scored that last run means that only 2 of those were earned. Here's the 1-2 pitch again. It's low, and now 2-2. Two-two pitch, ripped into left field. This will take the left fielder back a couple of steps as Fernandez makes the catch for out number 1. That was hit on a line out to left.
Center fielder, number 6, Jose Cadenas.
No problem for Fernandez. Jose Cadenas now steps in. He singled and scored last inning. He got that 2-out rally started with a base hit. Kavanaugh looking for a ground ball and a double play. Check over at first on Urso. Always tough to be aggressive on the base paths with a lefty on the hill. First pitch misses low for ball 1. Runs on 8 hits for the Sharks, 3 runs on 6 hits for the visitors today. The next pitch misses low, 2-0 now Kavanaugh looking for that strike zone a bit here. Check on first once again, and the throw over there was low. Smith had to dig that out of the dirt. No problem there, and still 2-0. The 9-hole hitter, Jose Cadenas. The 2-0 pitch. It's a cross for strike one. Crowd in the garage and straightaway center is starting to grow a little bit. Up on the roof, on the third floor, on the second floor, off to the left as well. The 2-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Down to a knee, Cadenas goes. The count knotted up at 2-2. One out, runner on at first. The 2-2 pitch. This is inside, and the count runs full. Chance to potentially be aggressive here on the bases. Should Joe Urso choose so in his 21st season. The 3-2 pitch. Grounder inside the bag, and that'll get into left field. Runner will come all the way to third. That'll be a double for Cadenas. As Urso moves into third, second and third, one out here in the sixth. Looks like we'll get a pinch hitter now for Tampa, and it'll be Nick Durr. So the first double of the season for Jose Cadenas. He has not been retired. A walk, a single, and now a double as we move to the top of the order for Nick Durr. Let's see what Durr can do with two runners in scoring position, trying to take the lead here. First pitch swinging, popped up down the first base line and short hop the fence. And it's a foul ball, 0-1. Nick Durr, senior out of Lakewood Ranch, Florida. His freshman and sophomore seasons, he was a Seminole at Florida State. The best average on the team in 2020, 353. Looked like a frisbee out of the hand of Kavanaugh, breaking ball across, and it's 0-2. Irisari playing in on the grass. Now he'll back up a couple steps just behind the baseline at third. Everybody else pretty much straight away. Maybe the center fielder Chisler shading a bit towards right center. Kavanaugh against Durr here. Here's the 0-2. Another breaking ball in the outside corner, called strike three. Durr sees three pitches, and he is retired. Another strikeout for Sharks pitching today. That's the 8th time they have set down a Spartans hitter. And now it's E.J. Cumbo. Single in his last at-bat. He's been on twice after he was hit by a pitch in the first. Chance to drive in two more for Cumbo. He looks at strike one. Already one across as Glancy scored when J.D. Urso put down that bunt. And the throw went off the glove. of Macario, who was covering first. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball once again from Kavanaugh. Cumbo looking like he's swinging a sword on that one, and it's 0-2. Trying for a second straight strikeout is Kavanaugh. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Kavanaugh gets out of a big-time jam in the sixth. Just one run comes across, and 2 runners are left for the Spartans. We head to the bottom of the sixth, so we're now all tied up at 3. I tell you, Blaze Pizza is a proud sponsor of NSU Athletics, serving freshly prepared custom pizzas with over 40 toppings on made-from-scratch dough for one low price. Sign up for the Blaze app and rewards program to earn free pizzas, desserts, and drinks. Shark cards are accepted. Visit Blaze Pizza on University Drive, just south of 595.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of
couple defensive changes about. Now into the game at third base is Mikey Navarrete, and it looks like Earhart has moved over to second. And starting off this 6th inning for the Sharks, it's Olivier Marand. He looks at strike one from Colton Widows, now starting his 2nd inning of work. Lifted into right field. Cumbo coming over and making the catch for out number 1. So quick out number 1 will bring up Alejandro Macario. 2 for 2 today with 2 singles. Macario looks at strike one. Came into today just 1 for 3. Only 2 games played, but 2 singles so far in the 2nd and the 4th. Now gets his 3rd plate appearance here in the 6th. Won the count. Here's the pitch. Dribbled right out in front of the plate. The catcher McDonald up with it. Throw it to Malcolm at first. And 2 outs. Down 2-3. And quickly along now for Steven Chisler.
Now batting the center fielder, number 2, Steven Chisler.
Some action down in the Tampa bullpen as Widows entering his, almost finishing now, his 2nd inning of work through an inning and 2/3. Came on in relief as Chisler, first pitch swinging, deposits this into left center. A 2-out single for Steven Chisler, his first hit of the ball game. And just his 2nd hit on the season. Well, Les Gutierrez says he put him in the 9-hole to create a spark at the bottom of the order, flip the order over. It's exactly what he does there. And now Tyler Epstein will step in with 2 outs. Gutierrez says he likes Epstein because he just puts the ball in play. It's a good approach up there. Spray type of approach. That's why he's in that leadoff spot. 2 strikeouts and an RBI single back in the 4th. 1-0 pitch. In there on the outside corner for strike 1. Runner takes off. Chisler is in there well ahead of the throws. An off-speed pitch from Widows. And of course, with the lefty going on first movement. So Chisler swipes second. The count's 2-1 on Epstein now with a runner in scoring position. A chance for the Sharks here to take the lead in the 6th. This one down the right field line and fair, just inside the line. Extra bases for Epstein. Chisler will come across to score. Epstein around second, going for third. He'll be in with a stand-up triple, and the Sharks have taken a 4-3 lead in the 6th. Just went with that pitch on the outside corner, dropped it just inside the line, down the right field line. And the Sharks have taken the lead here in the 6th. With all that room down the line, it was a long run there for Cumbo to cover all that space. And that allowed Epstein to get into third standing up. And that could be the end of the day for Colton Widows. Looks like Joe Urso will make the change here, and he does point down to the bullpen. A new pitcher coming on with a runner on at third and 2 outs here in the 6th. Well, the new pitcher for the Tampa Spartans, DJ Masick. Graduate transfer from New York Tech. He is from right there in Tampa, Florida, in Gaither High School. And he is making his first appearance of the season Only appeared in 4 games last season, 2-0 record in 15 innings. So the first batter he'll face is Michael Ooze. The runner on at third being Tyler Epstein, his second RBI this time. An RBI triple. That ended the day for Widows. And Masick's first pitch is in the dirt. 6 foot, 200-pound right-hander. Like an over-the-top delivery there. Ooze looking for his third hit of the ball game in his 4th plate appearance here in the 6th. 4-3 Sharks. Next pitch just misses outside. And it's 2-0. A 2-0 pitch in the dirt as well. Of course, the open base at first, but I don't know if you want to move it along for Adon Fernandez. 3-0. Taking all the way in there for strike 1. Chance to add on here in the 6th inning. 3-1 pitch now. Fouled out of play and right off the light post, sent some birds scurrying. Might have hit one of the lights on the post. Might have to use those later on tonight for game number 2. It's a 3-2 count. Now to Ooze. Another one fouled out of play. This one misses the light post behind the Tampa dugout down the first base line. A 3-2 pitch. Up the middle, this will drop in, base hit, and an RBI single as Epstein comes on to score. It's now Sharks 5 and Spartans 3. So another 2-out rally in this game. We've seen them from both teams. 2 runs have come across. Steven Schisler started it off after Mayrand and Macario went down to start the inning. It's been the 9-hole hitter on both teams to start a 2-run rally. Back in the 5th, it was started by Cadenas, and Schisler does it here in the 6th. Now it's Adon Fernandez looking at ball 1. His RBI number 1 on the season for Michael Ooze. A 3-for-4 day for the freshman right fielder. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Check on Ooze at first. 1-1 the count on Fernandez. He's had some good at-bats so far today, but nothing to show for it. A long battle with Nelson back in the 3rd that resulted in a fly out to center, and then it was Winkelmeyer who made a diving catch to rob Fernandez of a single in his last plate appearance. Another one fouled into the parking lot out of play. So 1-2's the count now on Fernandez. 2 outs, runner at first. Then runner takes off. It's a wild pitch. Ooze, the catcher doesn't know where it is. Ooze will take 3rd. A stolen base and a wild pitch. And Ooze checks into third base, and now another run just 90 feet away. And now they'll just give Fernandez the free pass. No reason to try to finish that at bat. And it looks like it'll be another pitching change. So Masick cannot get an out here in this sixth inning. And another new pitcher looks like will be coming on for Tampa. We'll tell you who that is right after this.
first baseman, number 23, John Malcolm.
Back here in the top of the 7th inning, and it's Earhart reaching to lead off the inning. Malcolm, a single, a strikeout, and a hit by pitch so far for him today. Now a leadoff base runner for the Spartans. They try to battle into this, or cut into this lead as Malcolm is hit right in between the 2 and the 3. He is not pleased about being hit with that pitch as he runs down to first base. Home plate umpire walking right along with him. Both umpires trying to cool the situation. That's the second time today that Malcolm has been hit by a pitch in the second straight plate appearance as well. And it's Sam Freitas who will step in to pinch hit for Sullivan. First pitch swinging, fouled out of play. Freitas redshirted last season, 2019 though, 50 games. Hit .310 with 25 runs batted in. Senior out of Lawrenceville, Georgia. A 1 pitch, swung on and missed. Kavanaugh has looked good since coming on in relief for Williams. Go-to pitch, swung on and missed. A 3-pitch strikeout for Kavanaugh. And the first plate appearance for Sam Freitas today ends in 3 pitches and 3 strikes. And another pinch hitter, it'll be Jamarcus Lyons, the sophomore from Tampa, stepping in.
Number 24, Jamarcus Lyons.
Lyons in his first year at Tampa. First pitch in there on the outside corner for strike 1. Lyons trying to get that run across from second, just cut into this Nova Southeastern lead. Next pitch just misses off the plate. Aaron trying to steal a strike there. What's in no avail. One pitch, swung on and missed, and a big swing that was from Lyons, a 5'8" sophomore from Tampa.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa. Invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
A chance for Nova Southeastern to pick up their first win of the season this afternoon. They're in a good spot to do it now. 6-3 our score. Hits so far for the Sharks this afternoon. And there is a liner into center field. Cadenas backing up, making the catch for out number one. So Smith retired. And now it's Olivier Mayron who will step in. An RBI single back in the fourth. It's been 2 3-run frames for the Sharks in this game 1 of 2 this afternoon. 3 runs in the fourth, 3 runs in the sixth. Well, Tampa has scored 2 runs in the fifth and then another one in the sixth. As Mayron looks at strike one. Made a nice play behind home plate in the last half inning on defense. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball that misses low. Macario on deck. And then it's Chisler to round out the bottom of the order today for the Sharks. Ground ball. And it's booted by the second baseman, Earhard. That's an E4. And Mayrind is on for the second time today. So it's Alejandro Macario now stepping in with a runner now on at first. And another ball gets away from McDonald. He can't find it. Mayrind will get to second base. That's the second time that's happened to McDonald since coming on. For Rulli, he pinch hit for Rulli in the fifth. So Mayron moves up on the wild pitch. And Macario starts this at-bat out 1-0. Next pitch misses high upstairs. And 2-0. No action in the Tampa bullpen at the moment. This is all for DeMo to get out of in this seventh. It's bad on ball there, but fouls it out of play. Good day for Macario at the plate. 2 singles. He grounded out in his last at-bat. DeMo will look at Mayrind at second. Delivers high once again. 2-1. DeMo comes set. 2-1 pitch. This is high again. Macario thought that was ball 4 and took off. He apologizes to the home plate umpire. He'll pick up his bat. Have a chance to hit with a 3-1 count. to make it a 3-hit day is Macario. Here's the pitch. And now he'll get a chance to walk down to first, as that's ball 4. Now his 3rd time reaching base today. 2 by hit, 1 by walk. And now it's Steven Chisler. Nail bat from the right-handed batter's box. Breaking ball, as now there's some action in the bullpen for Tampa, as DeMo is running into some trouble, and there is now a visit from the pitching coach. So a visit from the pitching coach. As DeMo running into some trouble, maybe just buying some time down in that right field bullpen. Runners on at first and second. It's Mayrind after the air, and then Macario after that walk. Chisler, 1 for 3 today. Remember, the first of 2 games this afternoon. Now Chisler a chance to step in. Runner in scoring position again for the Sharks this afternoon. 6-3 lead, trying to add on. First pitch by Michael DeMo in there for a strike. One. Just gets a piece of that one and fouls it back. And now it's 1-2. Can Chisler get something going here for the Sharks? Try to flip that order over. Chisler calls time. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Misses inside. Count is 2-2. A lot of pitches here from DeMo in this inning, as he came on to get out of a big jam there in the 6th. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. DeMo retires Chisler, his 2nd strikeout of the day for Chisler. And back to the top for Tyler Epstein. And Epstein, after 2 strikeouts in the 1st and the 3rd, has come back with an RBI single in the 4th and an RBI triple, and then came around to score himself in the 6th. Another RBI opportunity with runners on at 1st and 2nd. Mayrind got a great jump, and he gets into 3rd standing up. And the runner at 1st will also get into 2nd with a stolen base. A double steal there as the throw went to 2nd base. Macario had to make sure Mayrind was going. So a double steal, and now 2 runners in scoring position for Nova Southeastern. Mayrind was off almost before DeMo started his wind to come home. Really good base running there by the catcher. So it's 1-0. In the pitch. This is in there for a strike. Now coming into this game, Nova has been averaging Just 4 runs a game. That's so far 6 through 6 2/3 as the 1-1 pitch lifted into center. Cadenas barely has to move, and that will retire the side. 2 runners left. Nobody comes across to score this time for the Sharks. We head to the 8th. It's 6-3 Nova.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Top of the 8th, Luke McDonald will step in. Foul one out of play. First pitch swinging. McDonald pinch hit for the starting catcher, Josh Ruley, back in the 5th, and he's 0 for 2 in his first 2 plate appearances. And MC Sagaro has come in at second base for the Sharks. This one deep in the hole at short. Epstein up with it. Long throw to first in time to get the catcher McDonald. Epstein has played a wonderful game at shortstop and at the plate today for the Sharks. So 1 up, 1 down here in the 8th.
Number 6, Jose Cadenas.
Jose Cadenas now steps in. First pitch swinging, this one a little bit too hot for Epstein at short. Couldn't keep it on the infield on a dive, and a base hit, hard hit into left field by Jose Cadenas. And he has been swinging a hot bat today, 3 hits and a walk. And he's on to flip the order over again as Mikey Navarrete now steps in. It was Nick Durr who pinch hit for Winkelmeyer in the 6th, and then Navarrete took his spot in the field. He's been playing third. The first pitch in there for a strike. Navarrete, a senior from Miami, Florida, so back in South Florida for this series against Nova. Lifted into right center field. Chisler coming over, loses his hat, but makes the catch for out number 2.
Brings up number 41, E.J. Cumbo.
And now it's E.J. Cumbo's turn. Sun's starting to peek out once again here in the later innings. Kavanaugh having to retuck his jersey in. His time is called. Combo comes to the plate, leans back in his stance, and is ready to go as Kavanaugh comes set. Check on Cardenas at first. Kavanaugh set. Combo awaits. He squares to bunt, and it's fouled all the way to the backstop as that got by Mayron, the catcher. One is the count. Breaking ball misses away. It's an interesting part of this ball game for Laz Gutierrez. Just 2 pitchers have been used. J.P. Williams got the start at 5+ innings. Kavanaugh came on to relieve him there in the 6th. That's the only 2 they've had to use so far. But can Kavanaugh take them to the finish line? Combo, a swing and a foul, just getting a piece of that. And it's 1-2. Of course, with game number 2 coming up, a chance to, if they can close this out, win the series after yesterday's 8-5 loss up in Tampa. One-two pitch, just getting a piece of that is Combo on a breaking ball on the outside part of the plate. And it stays 1-2. Kavanaugh just trying to end this inning. The runner on at first is Cardenas. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Kavanaugh, another strikeout to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left. We head to the bottom of the 8th. See if the Sharks can add a few more runs on, as it is 6-3. Hey, Shark fans, keep up with Sharks Athletics on social media. Follow us on Twitter or Instagram at NSU Sharks, and on Facebook at Nova Southeastern University Athletics.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Start this bottom of the 8th, and it's time for some insurance for the Sharks if they can get it. A 6-3 advantage as DeMo still out on the hill. Ooze first pitch swinging, diving play by Navarrete to his feet, and the throw was wide of Malcolm, and Ooze will move up to second. So a base hit as Navarrete had to make a tremendous play, and then it will be considered an E5 on Navarrete as Ooze moves up to second. Putting the ball in play early in the count. And once again, they will intentionally walk Adon Fernandez. Second straight plate appearance. He is being intentionally walked. And that'll bring up Steinbach.
Number 19, Alex Steinbach.
Steinbach pinch hit back in the 6th for Nick Sanders. And the righty will face the lefty on the hill, DeMo. DeMo comes set. Look at the runner at second. Delivers outside, 1-1. Steinbach spent last season at the University of Illinois playing in the Big Ten. 312 appearances from Plainfield, Illinois. Just outside Chicago. 1-1 pitch lifted into right. Cumbo comes on, makes the catch, and will hold the runner at second. Steinbach retired with a fly out to right. Now it's Daniel Irizarry's turn with runners on at first and second. There is some action out there in the bullpen for Tampa, but I'm sure Joe Urso would just like to get through this inning with DeMo and then get the bats out in the 9th and see what they can do. They've not lost a conference game yet this season. 7-0 so far. First pitch on the inside corner. That's tough there for a lefty against the left-handed pitcher on the mound. Go 1 pitch. Ground ball snagged by DeMo. The throw to second for 1, and then the throw to first is wide, and that'll let Ooze ease home for the 7th run of the ball game for the Sharks. Just put the ball in play, see what happens. Got to be a fielder's choice and an E6.
The first baseman, number 47, Adam Smith.
So it's Ooze who comes across to score, and it's Fernandez who's cut down at second. But there's a runner on at first now in Irizarry. And it's now Adam Smith's turn here with 2 outs. Exactly what you want if you're Lavs Gutierrez, have a lead going into the bottom of the 8th and then able to add on. Let's see what the psyche now of these Tampa bats are come the top half of the 9th inning. Check on Irizarry over at first. A 1 pitch. Pulled down the left field line and foul. It hit the fence in foul territory. It was parallel with the outfield fence. Once again, close to another home run down that left field line. Instead, it's now 0-2 with 2 outs on Smith. A 1-for-4 day for the first baseman. Oh, 0-2 pitch from DeMo as the runner takes off. And Irisari will check in a second. That's a stolen base. Runners have been in motion today for Laz Gutierrez and the Sharks. They've had some long innings as well. Done a good job jumping on these Tampa pitchers today. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball. Doesn't really break, stays out. And now Deuce is wild. 2-2, 2 outs, runner on second. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Check swing, an appeal, he did not go around. Now the count runs full. Payoff pitch coming. Irisari is the runner at second. DeMo just trying to end it right here. Looks like this is his inning. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. DeMo gets out of it, but the damage has been done. 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 runner left. We head to the 9th. It is Nova Southeastern 7. It is Tampa 3. The Courtyard Marriott in Plantation is the official hotel of NSU Athletics and is located just 3 miles from campus. Visit plantationcourtyard.com and enter promo code NVU for a special athletics department rate. Make sure to tell them you're a Shark fan to receive Shark discounts and free shuttle service to NSU.
Treating others like we'd like to be treated has always been our guiding principle.
Last chance for Tampa as they trail 7-3 coming into this final inning potentially. And it starts with Drew Earhart. He has reached base twice today, an RBI double in the 5th, a single back in the 7th. He's been stranded at second twice. And it's still Alex Kavanaugh out on the mound. Misses high, 2-0 here to start this at-bat. To Drew Earhart. Started the game at third, moved over to second. 2-0 pitch, misses low. And 3-0 to start this inning to Drew Earhart. A similar situation yesterday with Nova trying to come back in the 9th inning. They couldn't do it. They still did score a couple of runs in that ninth inning. A chance to tie it, but eventually couldn't quite get it done. As Kavanaugh pours one across, it's 3-1. Kavanaugh winds and delivers. Earhart pops this up out of play, foul. Earhart takes an extra second, calls time, and now steps back in. Kavanaugh trying to set Earhart down. The 3-2 pitch. Up the middle, off the mound, and into center field. Hard hit single by Drew Earhart there on 3-2. Got a fastball and did not miss it. And now it's John Malcolm stepping in. Singled back in the first, struck out in the fourth. Was hit by a pitch in the fifth and the seventh. Be an interesting hat trick of hit by pitches should it come here. Lefty on lefty matchup. Time is called again as Kavanaugh has to tuck his jersey back in. Adjust the belt, get the glove back on. Kavanaugh's ready to go. Next pitch in there for a strike. Malcolm, a 360 hitter coming into today. 1-1 pitch, in there again for a strike. Remember, game number 2 coming up just a little while after this one ends. Finish up this 3-game series. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Breaking ball misses away, and it's 2-2. Runner at first is Earhart after reaching on a single right up the middle. Novitas trying to get over that hump of getting that first win. Closing in on it. 2-2 on the outside corner, strike 3. Another strikeout for Alex Kavanaugh. And now they're just 2 outs away.
Number 28, Sam Freitas.
6 strikeouts so far for Alex Kavanaugh as Sam Freitas steps in. Pinch hit for Dan Sullivan in the 7th. First pitch is a breaking ball that skips into the glove of Mayrand. Well, the DH spot is wearing the golden sombrero today for Tampa. Sullivan struck out twice. Freitas has struck out twice. Pardon me, Sullivan struck out 3 times and Freitas struck out once. Nonetheless, 4 strikeouts in this spot for the Spartans today. 1-1 is the count as the breeze starts to pick up again. Kavanaugh, look at first. Brings it home. Ground ball just gets by the diving glove of Epstein into center field. And now the Spartans in business here. First and second, one out. And here comes Jamarcus Lyons.
Now batting number 24, Jamarcus Lyons.
Lyons was a pinch hitter in the 7th inning and popped out to the catcher. Maybe some movement in the bullpen now for Nova. Don't want to let this one slip. Final 3 outs, always the hardest, especially when you're looking for that first win. First pitch. Misses high for ball 1. But a little bit more trouble now finding that strike zone. Breezy afternoon. 1-0 pitch is in there for strike 1. This is Kavanaugh's longest outing of the season as well. Pitching just 2 1/3 in his first outing against Florida Tech. 1-1 pitch. This one ripped into left center field. That'll get down for extra bases. 1 run will come around to score. That's Earhart. They'll hold the next runner at third. And just like that, 7-4, and the tying run is coming to the plate. So Earhart scores. Freitas moves into third. And it's Jamarcus Lyons with a double, an RBI double to make it 7-4. Carlos Salavaria will come to the plate now. And a visit from the pitching coach now for the Sharks as they're trying to just hold on here down the stretch. Salavaria looking for his first hit of the season. He is 0 for 9. But last year at the College of Central Florida, 263 hitter with 1 home run, 19 RBIs. He can really make a name for himself. Coming back home to South Florida. He's from Weston. 1-0 pitch in there for a strike. Freitas and Lyons are on base. Here's the pitch. Lifted towards left. This one will not stay fair. Probably would have had the distance, but just could not keep it fair. And it's now 1-2. And a big pitch coming from Alex Kavanaugh. Salavaria is the tying run. 1-2, swung on and missed. A big strikeout from Kavanaugh, but not quite out of the woods yet. Now it all comes down to Luke McDonald. 2 on, 2 out, and McDonald is the tying run coming to the plate. First pitch is popped straight up, and this should do it. Sagaro behind second, squeezes it, and that's the first win of the season for the Nova Southeastern Sharks. Luke McDonald was the tying run, could not get the job done, and Nova is victorious in Game 1 and in 2021. The final score is 7-4, and they'll play game number 2 coming up here in just a little bit. And we will talk to you then. The final score, Nova 7 and Tampa 4. I've been Josh Eastern. We'll talk to you for game 2 here in just a little bit.
Your final numbers for Tampa: 4 runs off 11 hits and 3 errors. For the Sharks, 7 runs off 13 hits and 2 errors. Game 2 of this doubleheader coming up next. The Sharks win.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.